G'day and welcome for the final time of 2025 to the Ball Boys AFL Fantasy live show on your Friday afternoon. Today, we're counting down into round 24 to preview all the comings and goings, the trades, and the big boys. Let's go!
Hodges done it from nowhere. Busting the goal from inside the field. Sheed from the boundary. Dusty. Petrarca. The legend becomes immortal.
G'day and welcome again to the Ball Boys AFL Fantasy Podcast. I'm your host, Mitch Casey, and you can find me on Twitter at Ball Boys Fantasy. And for the last time live, I am joined by Luke Rogerson, coach of the mighty Oxlongs. How are you, my friend?
Good, mate. I'm good. I'm happy and disappointed all at the same time.
You're stoked, don't lie.
No, it has been a good year, but it's been a long year. It's been more difficult being ranked where I've been, but I've had a good time, mate, so I appreciate you.
Mate, you spent a lot of the season up and about. It was a good while there that you were the best ball boy, you know, for at least half of the year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it turned around pretty quick after that, didn't it?
It did.
A couple of bad trades, but...
You trade in a player called the Pooh, and your team quickly turns to shit.
Yeah, it was written in the stars. Who could have predicted?
Yeah. So, but no, it is awesome to be here, guys. And before we get into the show, firstly, I just want to extend a huge thank you to everyone who has tuned in throughout this season, whether you've been here from the start, whether you've joined us halfway through, or just recently. We really appreciate you guys. We really appreciate everyone who subscribes and getting us to that 4K subscriber number. And a special shout out to all the Patreon members that have joined us as well for our first year on the Patreon. It's been very, very fun.
Yeah, absolutely. It's it's been good. It's been we've talked about this a couple of times, but we've been blown away by the support from not only the Patreon but just from the community in general this year. Above and beyond what we ever could have imagined. So we do really appreciate it.
Yeah, and as is Friday tradition, Tim has jumped into the Super Chat with a couple of questions. He wants to know my trades and what do you think about us playing in the grand final and our matchup today?
Are you going to be forthcoming here? Because this is a big matchup.
Well, this is a big matchup. Well, I'll be forthcoming. I don't know what my trades are yet, Tim, because I am going to be waiting for tonight. I'm waiting for tonight on the scores from Josh Dacos, Noah Anderson, and Christian Petrarca. After that, I will decide whether or who I'm going to be trading Jack McRae to. That's the only thing I know so far, is I'm trading Jack McRae to someone.
Yep.
It could be a defender, forward, or mid, depending on who scores the worst compared to their line. Tim also wants to know if he wins any prizes in our Patreon. Look, unless I miraculously come back and make up the 300-odd, probably it's more than that, points, you will be getting half your Patreon money back. And if you have a monster week and take over the number one spot, which I think is the coach sitting in 11th going into the round, then you would win $500. But you have to have a pretty good round there, Tim, to take over the team currently in 11th. So at least getting your money back and then maybe some.
And yes, you can add Mitch on Facebook. If you,
I don't really go on Facebook much, but if I ever do, I'll see you there.
The cheese hasn't even waited for me to open my beer.
Yeah, we're going to start there.
Before super chatting for some Bundy. So you are correct. The Bundy is out.
Let's cheers to the 2025 season, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Well and cheers to everyone at home if you're playing along.
Open a beverage of your choice.
Drink responsibly or not, your choice. But we've got a fair bit to talk about because last night there was a game, back to the Thursday night games, and I thought, and I was right, it was probably the most irrelevant game of the weekend. Essendon versus Carlton. No one really has anyone from Essendon. We've all traded out Merritt. No one has anyone from Carlton. Maybe some people got a bit fancy and traded in Harry Mackay as a forward punt, and it went okay. But basically, you had Merritt 115, Hewitt at 36 touches, but only just managed to crack a ton with 106.
My hands are shaking here, pouring my old nemesis.
You're getting... Well, I haven't even sipped my beer yet.
No, I'll just get the super chats there, so
it will come.
It'll fill them up.
And then, as I said, Sam Walsh, he was looking like he was on for a monster.
The trouble...
Subbed out.
Yeah, the only trouble that I foresaw kind of happening in this game was somebody taking the weekend away from us that we didn't expect. So perhaps somebody that, had traded in a pod that was playing, and it looked like it could be Sam Walsh at one point. It looked like it could even be George Hewitt at some point, but the game kind of tempered, didn't it, at the end? Yeah,
and Harry Mackay, like I said, he had the 97. But the guy I want to give a special shout out.
Before you go down this road, this... I'm suspecting, I haven't heard the full story, but I kind of know where this is going. I suspect that we might need you to get up out of your chair here and drop the Dax, because if this isn't a KISS tip, I do not know what is.
Look, I'm pretty adamant that I'm not a KISS coach. I'm a smart coach. I'm a good coach. I can admit this one's a little bit lucky. There's a little bit of luck involved in this one here.
Lay it on me.
Now, I just described to you that I thought Thursday night game was pretty irrelevant. Not much going on. So I basically switched off for the week and I was tuning back in today. Today was when everything was going to start to go down. And what I had pre-planned is that I wanted to loop 3 players in tonight's game. Christian Petrarca in my forward line, Noah Anderson, and Josh Dacos. So Christian Petrarca is sitting on my bench right now with the emergency on him. Now, I'd done that earlier in the week. What I forgot is that to get him on my bench, I moved a rookie onto my field. A rookie that I traded into my side, if you remember. He was the player that I traded into and forgot to edit that trade, and he was more expensive than the basement price, and he ended up being I traded a red dot, essentially. Flynn Young is sitting on my field right now, and I totally forgot that he plays for Carlton and played on Thursday night. And so I'm just sitting here with this rookie who 2 weeks ago scored a 27 in 72% time on ground.
So you unfortunately are locked into a shit score.
Yeah, Flynn Young on field, last round. Instead of Christian Petrarca.
What did he score? 30? 40? What
he comes out and scores his best score of the year, of his career, and scores a 90.
No fucking way.
A 90. Christian Petrarca would dream of 90s. Mate, what a brilliant move by me. Okay.
Let me get a look at that tip. That's obscene.
I'm going to report you for harassment, mate. So
How
that's just one of the many brilliant moves that the coach at Mitchmond here has got up his sleeve just to... and you know what was funny? Tim, our good friend of the show, he's watching this matchup pretty closely, and he messaged me on Patreon and says, "Why the fuck do you have Flynn Young on field?"
Tim,
I'm in his head.
Tim's watching your team more closely than you're watching your team.
I'm in his head, mate. I'm playing mind games.
That is disgusting. If that doesn't make you angry in the comments...
So yes, that's that was the relevancy of last night, getting Flynn Young's 90 on your field. So now I've got an extra loop between Christian Petrarca and Sam Darcy that I can play with.
That's dirty. I hope they both go 150 and you still lose out.
Oh, I can't believe that.
That's ridiculous, mate.
But anyway, yes, I admit that one was a teensy bit lucky there, which is it's actually put me up 190 spots in ranking.
The team reactions are getting thinner and thinner every week for obvious reasons, but a couple of bits and pieces going on. Obviously, the Isaac Rankin thing's been playing out throughout the week, and
he's gone.
Finally got some clarity on that. So that is quite obviously a forced trade. You're moving him on now. Just probably replacing, another dud that you were going to move anyway. Yeah. He hasn't been great. So
yeah, it's really a blessing, to be honest. Like, it just means that there's no reason that you're going to be able to shoot yourself in the foot. He's going to score 0. So that's an upgrade, no matter where you go.
Yeah, no
doubt. Even to a Flynn Young.
Before we talk about a couple other things, we do have a couple other super chats. Tim did comment before I saw. It's more of a Patreon question, but yeah, Tim, in terms of the money back promotion, that we put a post up there last night. So go there.
Yeah, go check out the post.
Has all the details there. So
we might even, if you can't find it, we'll DM you, mate. We'll sort you out. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about a thing.
No dramas at all. I think that we might have a shot. What do you think?
Okay,
We've got a few super chats coming through.
Synergy's come through. I know Cheese was there earlier, so thank you, Synergy.
Okay.
First one of the night.
Kung Pai.
Kung Pai, he says. That's great podcasting there with
just a bit of silence.
Well, actually, probably not silence. You're just dying over there.
Yeah, just enjoy my swallowing effect.
Oh, you want to say that again?
Oh.
I get told that I make it too easy for people to make sickening poems, but I reckon if you tune into Luke a bit closely, there's a few things going on there.
I love the super chats, guys, but I do not love the rum shots.
Just got a little bit more to go. We've got a super chat from Tyler here. So he's asking, does he take Wilson's 85 and turn Colby into 24th premium, Butters or Goulden? Jezza will be my 23rd premium as well, else Colby goes to a midfielder with no loop. He's ranked 114th.
Oh.
Colby to a 24th premium, Butters or Goulden.
Colby has a horrible matchup this week. I think we went through earlier in the week and cited that Adelaide give up, was it the least marks of any team this year?
Yeah.
And then I think Adelaide just in general is a tough matchup. I don't think they're going to allow him to do whatever he wants back there.
Honestly, I'd go to the 24th premium, Butters or Goulden, because I think they can be as good as any other midfielder this week.
And I think
they both have great matchups. The Butters is not going to get tagged. And honestly, when he hasn't been getting tagged, he's been scoring very, very well.
Yeah.
And then, Errol, he's been disappointing, but against West Coast, that's definitely his kind of matchup.
Yeah, for sure. And then Jacob, it's the Cheese. Cheese is thinking about next year already. Kako, the on-baller.
Yeah, so he scored all right. I don't think that's going to be a thing that we see because you got to remember they have so many midfielders out.
Yeah,
it's the last game. They're going to trial some things. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen next year. Kicked 2 goals still to get his 94. So I don't think I'd be. I can't remember. I don't know exactly how cheap he's going to be. Maybe he's like still rookie price because he's been pretty poor.
I do love the enthusiasm, but there's a bit of water to go under the bridge just yet before we talk next year. Anyway, Tim with another super chat. Save your money, Tim. Save your hard earned.
He's enthusiastic. We love it.
Okay, so Tim is trading McRae. Might have a sneaky move to get Zorg, and we'll join your league next year as well.
Mate,
Tim.
it's been a pleasure. I do think I'm assuming you have to invite back the reigning premiership team, right, to the league. So I'd assume I'd have to be there.
Yeah, that seems fair. Yeah, if you beat, it's probably your answer. If you beat Mitch this week, then he won't be coming back, Tim.
Yep.
Team reactions, we'll keep going. Like I said, it was pretty minimal, but Brody Grundy.
Grundy's back?
Is back. I suspect that given that we've all hopefully got very decent rucks in our side at the moment, the Grundy, one of those rucks to Grundy is not the most upside trade you can make this week, but he is back and just not really relevant at all. But Hayden Young, we love to see the top knot running around.
It's back. It's back on top. I do think that with Grundy, he's 0% owned versus West Coast. Best ruck since round 6 or whenever he started playing pig football. There is a massive swing there. A lot of the other rucks, like, you're not scrambling to trade them out. But if you've got a good side and maybe your loops go well tonight or something like that, I reckon...
Could I have a ping at it, you
There's
reckon?
a world... Like, could you even trade in a third ruck and loop your ruck? Like, could you... Like, I know we're looping in other positions. What if, say, your loops go well tonight?
Okay, so your loops go well. You're not needing to cover.
Yeah, you get in... Where St Kilda play... So if everyone's got, like, a Harry Boyd, you get in a... They play Sunday. You get in a Grundy, put them on your bench.
Can that work where you get your donut from your utility?
Yeah. If they're in the utility, you just select the ruck position, or you could just put them into the R3 and then you could switch that around. It's an out there play, but 0% owned Brody Grundy just sounds very, very nice to me. The only issue is, the other rucks are pretty good as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Duncan has come in with another chat saying, in the final of my comp, do I go McRae and a rookie to Goulden, or do I do Brayshaw to Hayden Young and McRae to any $1.1 million player?
Grand rookie to Goulden.
Oh. You just go to Goulden.
I think you do. I think it feels just
Hayden
like
Young
a
is
safer play.
Yeah, we love him, but he has been too injury prone, I think. And although it is a big game, I just wouldn't trust bringing him in after he's been out.
Yeah, and Goulden's got the matchup here.
Yeah,
Brayshaw, Hayden Young obviously have a more high stakes game, but a more difficult one. Mm-hmm. Definitely as well. So.
And I think we missed another one with War Condition saying, should he go Jez or Sean Manor for his grand final win and top 1,000?
In terms of the grand final win, it's you'll need to obviously look at how those two teams match up against each other. But I would say if you're looking to move up the ranks considerably this week, then I think Manor is still going to be less highly owned than what Jezza is going into this last round. I think Jezza started the round at maybe 60-odd percent.
61%.
Manor, in terms of, I only know the top 100 number, but I think Manor was literally 0% owned in the top 100.
Yeah, so Jeremy Cameron's less than the top 1,000. He's 46%.
Yeah.
And I think Sean is 0 across both. He's 4% owned.
It's going to go up this week,
1,000.
no doubt, but I think it's still going to be more unique than Jezza. So if you're wanting to move up, you take a swing on that.
I think we've just talked about, I think Jeremy Cameron is the more boom or bust pick.
Yeah.
I think Sean Manor is going to be good. I don't think he has quite the ceiling that Cameron does, but I think he's going to be 90 plus.
If Manor goes well and Jezza goes poor, there could be 70 points between a poor Jeremy Cameron score.
Yeah. Whereas he put up 50 last week.
Whereas I think if Jezza goes well and Manor goes poorly, I don't think there's as much gap between that. I think Manor's poor is maybe a 90 this week, and I think Jeremy Cameron's good as 140 or something like that. So
there's a chance Jeremy Cameron comes out and kicks 7 or 8 goals. There's also a chance that he just cruises around in second gear and gets rested at halftime because he's played every single game. Geelong, they're going to walk over Richmond in this game, so he's not going to get his 100 goals, I don't think. So that's what I mean when I'm talking about boom or bust sort of a pick.
No, agreed on that one. Okay, mate, you want to get some goggles out? Sorry, I put him a little bit out of your reach. Mitch doesn't even provide his own goggles anymore. I got to bring him from my place.
Hey, mate, when you're the top of the tree like me, you don't need to bring your own things.
Okay, for the last time in 2025, he's just about poked his eye out with the
different dimensions to what I'm used to.
Okay.
Smaller head than I do.
Ready? Let's go. You came a little early, mate. Sorry.
I never come early. I come right on time, mate.
Just back in the camera shot, if you wouldn't mind.
Okay, big round. Obviously, it's the last round. So we've talked before about the fact that we chase unique players in our trades. But chasing a unique captain can also be one of the biggest ways to get above. If you captained Harry Sheezel last week, you were absolutely laughing. The issue with captaining a unique player is there's no numbers out there that tells us accurately who everyone is captaining. So we've got top ownership numbers, 1,100, but we don't have captain numbers because everyone can change it last second. So with that in mind, I think that everyone should, if you're listening here, VC my number one player because I believe he will be the most popular. By VCing him, you then have the choice of if it goes really well, you've protected yourself against that. If it goes poorly, those who rolled into him are stuck with him. You get another choice. So my number one player, and I think he will be the most popular, is Bailey Smith. No duh, the number one averaging player for the entire season versus Richmond. How could you say no?
His first time versus Richmond this year?
The first time versus Richmond, I believe. Actually, let me check that. Yes, he missed the last time they played because he was sick or something, had an upset tummy. So he is going to go massive. I don't think there's we talked about Sheezel last week.
Yeah.
There's got to be a bit of part of Bailey Smith that goes and sees that 54 and goes, okay, all right, Harry Sheezel, I see you.
And I raise you.
Let me raise you 55.
The other thing that, and thanks to my old man in the group chat, but he mentioned that Uzo came out this week and said that the reason they didn't tag Sheezel was because they wanted to give the youngsters a go in the midfield and didn't want to throw a tagger in there, so to speak.
Yeah,
I also think,
again, I reckon.
if I'm an AFL coach and I've been sort of copying it from media pundits and stuff midweek, I don't really feel like going and pound. Maybe I'm
double down.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just an arrogant,
No,
stubborn
I feel
prick.
that as well.
So hey, and Bailey Smith is not going to hurt you like Harry Sheezel either.
No. I think they're more likely to go to his teammate. So he is at number one. So a lot of the guys that I have next up are after him. Some one's before and one's in the same game. So keep that in mind. I do want to VC him. Even if maybe I've got another player higher up earlier, I probably am bypassing that to go with the VC on Baz. And then if that doesn't work, go someone maybe on the Sunday. So number 2, I have Rowan Marshall, who is going into a GWS matchup. In the last, since round, when was their bye? Round 13 or something like that. Since the bye rounds, he's averaging 115, over 115. That is Rowan Marshall. He averaged 116 last year, 115 since then. That bullshit at the start of the season where he was coming off an injured, interrupted preseason, that's not him. This is the real guy. He actually had 100% CBAs last week. We were all a little bit worried about Dodson. That doesn't matter. Dodson's been dropped as well, by the way, so that's gone. So to me, he is the guy that I would be happy to roll into, and I think he is back in a big way. Jordan Dawson, disappointing last week, but he has an easier matchup this week against North Melbourne. I think he'll dominate, and with all the talk about the Rankin thing, I think that Adelaide won't have the ability, or they won't be cruising in this one, and I think as the captain, Dawson's going to lead from the front in that one. Bailey Smith's teammate in Max Holmes comes at number 4. Obviously, you can't VC or see them both. You got to pick one, so I'm going with Bailey Smith. Max Holmes, there was a stretch there was he was averaging 110, basically from it was round 8 till a couple of weeks ago, but he, round 9, basically was averaging 110 from round 9 until round 21, but then a couple of poor scores recently, including one against Essendon, which we wouldn't have expected. So a little bit less consistent than Bailey Smith, so that's why he's a little bit lower, but still could be massive. So a little bit unique. If you wanted to go against the Bailey Smith thing, you could look at him as a teammate. And then at number 5, I have Lockie Whitfield versus St Kilda. We saw St Kilda let defenders go off, and that has often been the way with St Kilda. It looked exactly like the St Kilda of old. He did only score an 86 against them last time, earlier in the year, but Lockie Ash did score, I think he was top scorer in that game with 115 approximately, maybe something like that. So there were still points. It just went to his teammate, but I still think Lockie Whitfield, he's been so consistent. 108 averaging when you take out his injured score. So he is there at number 5. I like the fact that he's got a high floor and also a high ceiling. And I believe they also still play on the Sunday. So you can roll into him.
Well played, sir. Just to clarify, so for someone, perhaps the guy sitting next to you, where I don't have Rowan Marshall, you're suggesting that even though Jordan Dawson is on the big boys,
Yes.
but plays before Bailey Smith. We want the VC on Bailey Smith this week.
I think you want to have Bailey Smith as part of either your VC or your C, and the way to guarantee that is to put him as your VC. Because if you get like a Jordan Dawson 118,
Ooh.
what do you do with that? So maybe more relevant to draft. Like if you had a draft team and you had like a couple of guys to choose from, Jordan Dawson I think will be great this week. But especially because it's the last round of the year, a lot of us are fighting tooth and nail for unique picks and things like that. I just want to make sure I've got a piece of that Bailey Smith matchup against Richmond. I don't want to potentially miss out on a massive score, and I think a lot of people are going to flock there. So I want the chance that if it goes poorly, for me to get to someone else.
Yeah, I think that it's a good point. It's something I hadn't considered before. So that's why you're all over this captain stuff, mate.
Number one captain picker in the world. It's unofficial now, but before I went away on a wedding, that's where I was.
It really depends on the metrics that you use.
Yeah, it's pre-wedding, and then nothing after that matters because I stopped doing that because I threw the toys out.
Stats are super flexible these days as well. You got to mold them to suit you. So no, I like that, mate. I like that. That for me, that looks like it's Bailey Smith into Lockie Whitfield. So we'll see.
I'll be doing Bailey Smith into Royal Marshall.
Okay. Hey, you got the top two, mate.
That's it. Yep. That's why they're the top two. They're on my team.
That's how it works. That is how it works.
Tim comes in with another question. He says, how do I aim for top 10? So, I mean, it's a good question that we can sort of make applicable to everyone. If you want to make a big jump, whether it's to get into the top 100, get in the top 10, where Tim Ashworth is, legend, you need to be trading in unique players. You need to be trading in players that no one above you has, and players that have a high ceiling. The more uniques you have, the more likely that's going to happen because say you have 2 unique players to a team in the top 10 and you're 200 points behind, then those unique players need to average 100 points more than those other 2 players. And that's not very likely to happen. But if you have 6 unique players, I don't want to do the math, but they have to average a lot fewer points in that situation.
I'll do the
per
math.
player. No.
We'll wait.
No, I've had a run, mate. I can't do math. So yeah, the more unique players you can get, the better you'll be. Aim for those high ceiling players. And I think where you are, Tim, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, you came into the round 30th. And I don't want to moz you, but it would have to go pretty wrong for you to fall out of the top 100. So I think at this spot, you can afford to have a crack and don't die wondering.
I think given we've done the last big boys for the year, I think we have another shot of rum before we move on to the next. So
Say no more.
You can pull me up while I read Shifty's question here.
Okay.
So Shifty says, boys, in the league GF, had Clark with an E last night for 101. Let's go. Do I trade out the Kirch for a red dot? Would mean I can only trade one of McRae and Darcy. So you got 101 on the board. You got Kircher. I think you're taking 101.
I think you do,
Kirch.
yeah.
And then bringing that on with that red dot, I think that you're locking away a score that you're hoping is definitely better than what McCoach can do this week. And then trading one of either McRae or Darcy. I think you're trading McRae. I think
you're trading McRae. He sucks. He could be the sub. He played 55% time on ground last week with another injury to a teammate. Who's to say if that injury doesn't happen, he's subbed out and plays like 45% Tog.
55% Tog is crazy.
That's horrendous.
It is.
That's what
that's Auskick numbers.
That was Boxall back when he was a relevant rookie.
I would love to be inside Jack McRae's head at the moment. He was their big signing, let's call it. yeah, I'd have to fucking try and stand up straight. But he was their big signing, the promotional stuff at the start of the year, and it's gone bad. I'm very interested to see what happens with him.
Yeah, I think he has to go. And these were good matchups. It was Essendon last week, right? So they've had a good run, and it's over now. 101
in the bank. McCurch has Adelaide. You're taking 101.
Adelaide give up the fewest marks to any team in the competition. So.
I think so. Best of luck this weekend, Shifty. Lucas says, "G'day. Is it Sherry to Grundy, or is it McCurch or Brayshaw to Holmes? Already got 3 of the Geelong boys. Do we add Holmes?
Sherry is interesting. He was fucking awesome last week. Again,
it's Richmond, man. When was the last time 3 players went 160? Probably never.
I don't think it's ever happened. I can't recall.
With your wealth of fantasy experience.
I'm all over it, mate. All over it. Just an encyclopedia.
Yeah, nice. How much your mother reference for anyone playing along at home?
I would go McKerch at Holmes. That's where I'd go. Holmes is right up in there in the big boys. McKercher is a trade-out target. Sherry, he's got a harder matchup this week, but Adelaide, they gave up a decent score to Darcy Cameron recently.
They did, 120.
And Sherry, he's in form, man. He's played one good game, but he's in form.
160 plays you right into form, baby.
Absolutely.
That's like coming out and hitting a 6.
3 kicks, and he had 160.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
It is indeed fucked.
Yeah, so he's already a super unique player. I reckon you just back that in.
Double down, Lucas.
Double down.
Double down.
All right, you got your maracas ready?
Let's do a little cum pie first.
Oh, okay, of course.
Yep. There you go. Cum pie. Yep. Getting better every time. Every single time I'm getting better.
Well practiced, mate. Hey, honestly, you actually are compared to that first attempt those weeks ago. That was quite funny.
It's pretty bad.
All right, let's go on to some spicy takes, and the sooner we do that, the sooner we can get to answer all these people's questions.
Stop holding this thing up. Okay. Ole, ole.
Ole, 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 ole. Feeling hot, hot, hot.
Oy.
Oh, yeah.
He can shake.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Okay, stop.
Sorry. Probably just took it a little too far, that last rum shot.
Do you want to lead the spicy takes?
Really warm me up. I love leading the spicy takes, especially when I haven't got one in the run sheet.
Yeah, that's why I wanted you to go.
But, mate, there is nothing... Get back on screen. I'm sick of you running away on me. There's nothing spicier than predicting Geelong to have some sort of late out.
Oh, okay, this is Lemon Herb. Lemon and Herb right here.
It's my wheelhouse, mate.
Who's the laid out? Name the laid out, and then
So I have to name it?
Yeah, name the person who's laid out.
Bailey Smith.
No. It's Jeremy Cameron if you want to go spicy.
Bailey Smith?
Jeremy Cameron.
Play it out. He hasn't had enough rest this year, Bailey Smith. Hasn't had enough late rest this year.
Oh, the man rests every second week.
Well, if I say one of the two, can that get me across the line?
Give
for
me
spiciness?
2, and then if one of them, then I'll put on the loop.
Bailey Smith or Jeremy Cameron?
Okay, fair enough. All right, give me those maracas.
Okay, laid out, heard it here first, throws everyone's plans into disarray, and we'll see. See what happens.
There you go. Tyler enjoyed the How I Met Your Mother's reference.
Yes,
there
let's
you
go.
We got another Him enthusiast there.
That's if you haven't watched How I Met Your Mother, it's worth a little throwback there.
Oh, such a great show. All right, my spicy take. I'm going to go outside the realms of fantasy players and go into the realm of fantasy coaches.
Okay.
We had a player, a coach go into the round, number 1. He was ahead by 114 points, not 69, Luke. Get your mind out of the gutter. But 114-point lead as the number 1 ranked coach.
Yeah.
I think at the end of this round, we are going to have a different coach in the number 1 position than when we started the round. It seems to happen more often than you think. A couple years ago, or a few years ago now, Jeremy Cameron as a late trade in for 150 captain to win the Coleman medal.
Lightning strikes twice.
Last year, we had a comeback win in the winner. Chris came back with a couple of Freo boys to seal it in the end. And I think the same thing is going to happen this year. We're going to have a come-from-behind victory to take out the car and win fantasy for 2025.
That's not really that spicy.
It's spicy.
I can.
It is spicy.
Well, it's not spicy.
114 points to make up in one round.
It's not spicy if I can make it a certainty right here. Watch this. The number 1 coach will not be caught this week. Under no circumstances will they be caught. There you go.
There you go. All right.
Caught. So
You're welcome
not
to
spicy.
whoever does win it out.
Who's sitting at number 1? I hope they're not watching.
Well, I know they're not a Patreon member, so that's all I know. And we've got a couple of Patreon members chasing him down, so that's what we want.
Let's go.
Come on, the Patreon boys.
If you...
Put these away.
What am I saying?
Where are you going?
I was going to just say, if you haven't had a chance to fill out our feedback form, the Patreon got me thinking about it.
Yeah.
Whether you were a Patreon member this year or whether you were not, we've have you put on Twitter yet?
I haven't put it on Twitter, but it's right now. If you're watching this live,
on the link.
there is a link in the description right now. You can go and click. And if you're not a Patreon member, it's literally 2 questions.
Yep, done.
So you can go in there, do it in 2 minutes. And we would love your feedback. Love to know how we can improve what we give to you guys. We are dedicated to giving you guys the best fantasy products out there in the world. So come on over and help us achieve
We're world
that.
beaters at the moment.
We
mate.
are.
Everything's in the world.
Absolutely. So, yeah, it would do us a real solid and hopefully give you guys something better next year for 2026 when we do this shit again.
Let's run it back.
Run it back, baby. All right.
One.
Get your comments in, guys. Get your spice takes in there. Remember, we like the spice takes immortalized in the comment section. No take backs. But get your questions in, guys, and we will spend the next sort of 15 minutes going through and answering your questions for the final time of 2025, Luke. A little bit sad.
Yeah, Steez has the first one for us, and thank you for the super chat as well, Steez. So, fellas, are we backing in Luke's boy, Jack Martin, this week?
Luke's boy.
I like how Luke's boys are all the shittest picks of
Luke's
the year.
boy, yeah.
I reckon Mateus Philippou's my boy. Kitty Coleman might be my boy. Apparently, Jack Martin's my boy.
Yeah.
Now,
All the above.
Horny boy is my boy.
Yep. He's your toy boy.
I'll take them all. Hey, someone's got to cop the rap. So, are we taking his potential sub risk this week here for Steez? Or deciding between him and Garcia and Ginnivan in draft?
I think in draft, you back in Jack Martin. That matchup is too good to walk away from.
Yeah.
Garcia's a chance to be subbed himself. Ginnivan,
Well,
maybe, but
if I'm Geelong,
it's a tough matchup against Brisbane.
let's say Jack Martin's not the starting.
Who they play?
Who are we talking about?
Ginnivan.
Hawthorn Brisbane?
Yeah, he plays
last
Hawthorn.
round.
Yeah.
If Jack Martin's not the starting sub, he's not the finishing sub this week. Geelong are going to be up by so much.
They're going to rest someone. And it's not going to be him.
Correct. I don't think, barring injury, he's not the sub this week, as in red vest.
Tyler asks, Butters or Goulden, which is a very hard question.
So Goulden's the West Coast matchup.
Yeah.
But the form doesn't fill you with confidence, does it?
He was tagged in the first half last week. I will say that. He tried to get drowned in the ocean, but
didn't bring his floaties.
No, he didn't bring his floaties. I mean, he didn't quite get fully submerged, but he was fighting for air. In the second, try to make it work.
No, keep going, keep going.
But in the second half, he went on to. He had 35 points in the third quarter. I think that he is going to get a sense of freedom in this game, and he's going to love it. And he's going to go out there and he's going to rack up 35 touches with 10 marks, 6 tackles, and give us a 140. So I'm going Errol in this matchup. Butters will be good, though. I think Butters will be a 120.
Who does Port Adelaide have this week?
They play Gold Coast tonight.
This is a match made in heaven for a Zach Butters, because you if there's one team in the comp
that will never tag.
And this is me certainly trying to moz. That will never tag. It's Dimmer and his sons.
Yeah.
But like you said, Butters has been good without a tag.
He has. So
are you risking it on an out of form Errol, or are you taking a Butters with a guaranteed no tag in Ken's last game?
Errol's not getting tagged either. I'm still taking Errol in the matchup. It's Errol in the matchup and Butters. But I mean, if you wanted to, you could put Butters on the bench tonight, chuck the E on him, and then decide later if you have a red dot.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go. Yeah, if you can do that, I'll do that. But if it's a 50-50 flip, I'm going Butters. I'm going to go against you.
Tim wants you to guess the winner of the matchup between me and him in the grand final. And how much?
It's Tim by a canter.
Well, hold on. Okay, you're already wrong. You're already wrong. I've got Flynn Young on my field.
Bro, you're barely ranked in the top 1K. My boy Tim is pushing top 10. So I'm going Tim every day of the week.
All right, well...
Tim also sends us lots of money, Mitch.
It's cool. It's cool that you like Tim, but it's not so cool that you're wrong all the time.
Who are your uniques then?
Flynn Young and
Tim.
Big 90.
90 on the board. Impressive in the form.
Errol, I've got Errol. Chad. I've got Roma. He's got no Roma. Oh no, he does. He does have Roma. He's got Jeremy Cameron to my Sam Darcy. Look, it's probably Tim.
It's
probably Tim.
I'm taking you, Tim, but I'm taking you in a close one. I'm taking you by 69 points.
Wow. That's not that close. You're both wrong. All right. Who is in your question? Ella wants to know, Luke, who do you have in your team? You don't seem to have any good players. Who do you have, mate?
Firstly, I'm very hurt, Ella. Let's run the mighty Oxlongs.
Tuke
Miller's rocking around there. That was out of necessity. I've still got. I didn't get a completed team
Callum
in
Mills,
2025.
Colby McKercher.
I've got Mills and McKercher in the back line. I didn't get a completed
Sam
team.
Darcy, Caleb Daniel,
Christian Petrarca,
Chad Warner.
Cooking up a storm in the forward
You
line.
got Matty Rowell sitting there.
I got Rowell.
He's expensive.
The cud muncher.
Didn't score 100 last week, but he's expensive.
Look, Ella, there's a reason I don't talk about my team, and this is it. So, next question. I plead the fifth.
All right, next question here is, from Ryan. Lads, thanks for a great year. Enjoy the off-season. Sitting around the pool in Phuket, sipping, how do you say this beer? Singer. I don't mind the Singer. It's a good local beer.
How do I say this beer? I don't mind it.
Singer. I just drink it, mate. I don't sit around pronouncing it. And chasing a top 10 hat, Luke.
I'm guessing it's a Singer. That's not a question, but
Pick
hey,
a combo.
Get around it, Ryan.
Kirch and Manor, Butters and Luke Jackson.
Okay.
I am fairly confidently saying Butters and Luke Jackson here.
Luke
Therefore it's the other one. No, I think Butters is not going to get tagged, and Luke Jackson.
You don't think it's too?
It's a good matchup versus
Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs, and it is a big game. And Luke Jackson to me is a guy that he stands up in a big game.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Old Greg.
Greg never lets us down.
Look, I'll say the same thing, but for a different reason, Ryan. I just think Kirch is going to be not great against Adelaide this week. Manor will be good, but I think Manor will be as good as Butters, and I think Jackson will be better than McKercher.
Let me have a look quickly at the ownership in the top 10.
There's no reason.
Because I feel like Butters was surprisingly highly owned.
Okay, Oaks talks about a pod captain option in Isaac Heaney.
No, Butters was 40%, so yeah, go that option.
Isaac Heaney against the Weagles. The logic, I think, is sound because Isaac Heaney, Eagles, when he kicks goals, he gets high scores. I'm somewhat struggling to see the incentive for Sydney against the Weagles. Look, if it's Goulden...
Morale, just straight up morale.
Yeah, potentially. But if it's Goulden, I think he can just do his cheap waxy boy stuff, no dramas. But for Heaney, I feel like Heaney's ceiling games, that requires a bit of zhuzh. Bit of zhuzh about
against North Melbourne, which you describe North Melbourne similarly to how you describe West Coast.
160 odd.
166, kick 5 goals at 34 touches and 8 marks.
Is it the last...
5 marks, 4 tackles.
Is that what he does in the last round of the season against a hapless West Coast? Is that what he does?
I think it's possible. I don't think it's probable.
Okay, well, it's a pod captain pick. You're the captaincy guy.
I think if you're in a position where you need a big swing, you could do it. Absolutely. If you're like 180th, then something like that is probably something you got to do. If you're maybe in a matchup where you get to that point, you need to take a big swing, then yeah, you could do that. He has potential. I think there are other options. I don't think you have to pick a player that no one's going to captain. I think you just need to pick a player that maybe only 10 to 20% of the comp picks.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So
VC? Can we? No, we can't VC, can we? That'll be the last game.
They play Saturday night.
That's un-West Coast.
So it'll be after the Geelong game.
Since when
so
West
that means
Coast?
you'd have to bypass the Geelong players.
When are West Coast getting a Saturday night game?
They put all the shit games on Saturday, I've noticed.
I saw that. So they want
North
to ride.
versus Adelaide, Richmond versus Geelong,
but it
and
makes
then
sense.
West Coast versus Sydney.
They want to ride at home on the Sunday with the ladder and stuff. But Saturday night,
You think they'd put one good one on Saturday?
If anyone's got anything good going on Saturday night, I'm free because West Coast Sydney, I ain't watching.
Mate, I'm watching my boy Errol if I can go 170. That's what I'm watching.
Let me know how it goes. Jimmy here wants to know about Boki. Will Boki go big?
Boki?
Yeah.
Travis?
Yeah, correct.
No.
Okay.
Why would he?
Go big in his last game.
Oh, he's retiring, is he? Is he actually? First of all, Travis Boak.
Have you been living under a rock?
No, I'm Fantasyland. He's off my radar. Travis Boak, one of the best blokes in footy. You're looking at me like I got two heads. Travis Boak is a legendary guy.
I'm not disputing, but I'm just wondering how you know.
Oh, he goes to hospitals and shit. Like there's always stuff coming up about him. Like every time I hear him talk, he just sounds like a ripper bloke, and he's always big on charity.
He goes to hospitals and shit.
No. He put me on the spot, but I've seen many a time that he is sponsoring kids in hospitals, and
I don't dispute that. That's awesome.
He's a good guy.
Just the way you phrased it.
But as a fantasy option, he will go moderately well. That's I've had 2 shots of rum, Luke. Wrap it up.
Mitch is feeling a gentle buzz. Laura says, "G'day, boys. Thoughts? Option 1 here. So we got McRae and Jackson are going to Warner and Cameron. Option 2 would see McRae and Cameron. Then either Brayshaw or McKercher with 910k left for either Miller, Steele, or a Green type. So are you just going to go McRae and Jackson to Warner and Cameron?
Sounds pretty good.
Does sound good.
I mean, Warner versus West Coast, Cameron versus Richmond.
You're targeting the matchups, aren't you?
I think you are. And that's like this last round of the season is just, it's literally just that. Target good players and good matchups. That is it to a T.
I don't mind, Laura, in the second option where McKercher goes out with the tough matchup, but I'm not super confident on the players that you're bringing in for him in terms of Steele, Green.
I agree.
Whereas I think potentially...
Green's almost on the trade out list. Miller... Only you have Miller, so that's a bad omen right there.
Yeah.
And Steele, he's just been so since the other day when since he's come back from his injury. Alistair says that all I hear is how shit Luke's team, but I'm looking at mine and think it's so much worse. And I love to highlight Ella's comment afterwards, which says I don't think that's possible. So,
Ella's after me this afternoon.
Ella is...
It's all right, I forgive you, Ella.
She's not a fan of your team, mate, so...
No, it's tough being where we are, Alistair.
Yeah, no, you're right. Tim, but a different Tim, says, quick draft question, gents, from my league. Grandy? Is that the name of the league? Or is that supposed to be Grundy? Grandy Wangers. Rao... I'm lost already.
You've lost your plot. Let's go. So Wangers, Rao, Myers, or McCluggage for the C. So out of those players, it's a granny. It's a granny.
Grandy. Okay.
Granny.
Okay. There's just a little typo there. All right. So of these players,
Wangers, Rao, Myers, or the Lug.
Okay. Wang versus GWS.
Tough. Look, if you went Wang versus GWS, you know how much I love Wang. I also love Nasiah. But the issue here is if you go Wang against a matchup that you know is not fruitful and it goes poorly, you're kicking yourself. What are you laughing at?
I wish we had a tally for how many times we've used that joke.
Yeah.
I think it'd at least be in the 30s.
It's too many. It could.
But it's still funny.
It could be higher.
Anyway, sorry. I didn't hear anything after that.
To me, Tim, it kind of feels like one of those ones where like you kick yourself because you knew it was a tough matchup and you went there. It seems weird, but in a draft matchup, does logic almost just favour the good matchup and Brian Myers gets the C?
So, Brian Myers has been 92, 96, 122, 98, 89, 87, 102. It doesn't scream captain, does it? But it's Richmond.
It's so Richmond. That's so Richmond.
Luke Davies-Uniacke had 1 ton. 100-plus score.
LD useless.
Before last week. And he went 160.
That's a lot of points.
It's Myers.
I feel like it has to, only because I feel less shit about myself.
The logic's just, it adds up there.
Especially when you point out here, Tim, that Adam Kingsley has mentioned attention for Lawang. But
I'm deciding between Myers and Rao. Port have been an easier matchup recently.
Port have been dismantled
They have been an easier matchup recently. They've been a tough matchup in the past, but I don't know. Rao's probably the safest.
This is a grand final winning choice here for Tim as well.
Actually, I'm going to back... no, I'm going Myers. Fuck it. Let's go Myers. 160 from LDU last week, Luke.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
There are so many points available. So many points available.
I think Gryes will...
The old Gryes.
I think Gryes will do his thing.
Yeah, trade in Gryes and then captain him. Okay, give me 2 more questions and then we're going to sign out for... Not the season, but for the live show for the season.
Okay. Matt says, would you loop Rosie with either Kirch or Bray, or would you loop Kirch with Bray?
Okay. Connor Rosie.
I think I'm going to loop Kirch, and I'm going to lean on the matchup that Rosie has. I know that we're not a fan of him playing midfield, but if you were to get a decent matchup for midfielders, this is probably uneducated, but I'm going to also lean on the fact that he was poor last week. His long-term coach is retiring. It's the last game of the season. Surely that bloke pulls his finger out, whereas I think that McKercher is going to go and struggle against Adelaide.
I'm going to go the opposite. I think the 2 players you're most concerned about there are Colby and Rosie. So I'd want to be looping between those 2. Just put Brayshaw on field and put Rosie on your bench. If Rosie goes 90 plus, I'm taking that. And then if he doesn't, roll McKercher out, have a go at it. Rosie just hasn't looked... The broken hand, the position change, I don't love it. And Gold Coast are good. Poor as shit.
Connor Rosie scores 120 plus this week.
Okay, that should have been your spicy take.
Well, I'll have 2 spicy takes.
Okay.
I'll do as I please, actually.
All right, yeah.
Have we got any more rum?
No, that's it, mate. We finished it.
Why is the
all
rum...
Where is the rum gone? Is that the quote?
Well, I was getting there until you cut me off.
No, I wanted to do it first.
You choose the last one, mate. You choose the last one.
All right. Okay, from Simon. Simon says CP5 into Manago. I'm assuming that's Mana.
The big Mana.
Or Mana into Dylan Moore. I think you have to go CP5 into Mana. CP5 sucks.
This sounds weird, but I think Mana has a higher floor than Dylan Moore.
It doesn't sound weird because Christian Petrarca is a part-time footballer, full-time influencer, and doesn't care anymore.
He's lost all care, hasn't he? Unless it's dicing a cucumber. It's not his...
Have you looked at any of his recipes?
No, I just assumed there was a cucumber.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. He's got a bit of a... He's like Greek background. Is that right? Is that where he's from?
I don't know, mate. We don't do racial gear on this podcast.
Good old salad, Greek salad.
Any chance that we move into cooking next year instead of fantasy, perhaps?
No chance.
I can see me dicing a cucumber.
I reckon we go into... The Ball Boys will become a rum taste testing podcast.
You can't even speak, bro.
We'll sample a few nice whiskies and rums, and anyway, that's enough of me. I think I've passed the point.
This is going off the rails. Thank the people. Thank the people for a great year. The people
have been awesome. We have enjoyed every second of this season with you guys. It'd be very, very sad if we didn't have any of you guys listen to us. And
I think we'd still do it.
Yeah, we probably would.
We have too much fun.
Old Luke out there at 8,000 just talking to no one. But thank you very much for tuning in, guys. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. There will be one more podcast. One final podcast next week where we're going to go through a Mad Mondays, going through the highs and lows, and basically tying a bow on this 2025 season before we go on a well-deserved break and come back in 2026. But good luck to everyone out there chasing a hat. Good luck to everyone out there in a grand final versus your mates. Hope you smash your mates and don't let them forget it. If you do win, tell them that the Ball Boys was your secret weapon. If you don't win, you've never heard of us. And good luck out there to everyone. We'll see you guys for the Mad Mondays show, and all the best. Bye!